Most LinkedIn advice will keep you broke or busy, but usually it's a combination of the two. It's advice like commenting on so-called influencers or posting every day or trying to go viral. And trust me, I've tried that, but it didn't really work. But now, over the past 2 years, we've built a system that has consistently generated over $1.6 million for our clients using LinkedIn alone. It is people like Nicholas who now makes up to $10,000 to $20,000 per month only using LinkedIn 45 minutes a day. Or Tobias, who in just a matter of like a few months collected over $50,000 in revenue, again, with just 45 minutes of LinkedIn every single day. So these are of course great results, but not everyone gets that. But what would happen if I would have started over today? So here's the thing. I've spent around 4 to 5 years on LinkedIn, worked with hundreds of coaches and consultants. So I've seen a few things. I've seen things that work very well. I've seen things that won't work that well. So it's 2025 right now when I'm recording this video. So if I would have started over today, here are the 5 things that I would start with every single day. So the first one is very simple. I would send more messages. So what I would do, I will go into my LinkedIn network and I will just look for people that might need my help, might need my services. I reach out to them just to start a conversation, not to necessarily pitch them straight away. The first goal is of course to build some rapport. However, I'm not on LinkedIn to make friends all the time. Here's the thing, like I'm not trying to be unfriendly, but the goal is of course to sign clients. Because I think one of the reasons that you're watching this video is because you want to get more clients out of LinkedIn, right? So in this first step, sending more messages, it's a very casual conversation, like figuring out, okay, who do I have in my network? Have we chatted before? Do they have some form of problem that I can help them with? Well, then it's just a very simple question like, hey, do you need help solving this problem? We hop on a call, we figure out what the problem is, and I close them into something that I can sell, right? It's very, very simple, but this is one of the steps that most people just overcomplicate. They go to LinkedIn, they try to do all these steps, they try to go viral, they comment on all these influencers their posts, they try to post every day, blah, 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 but they're not sending any messages. And it's crazy to me because you're in the game of like building connections, building rapport, and just connecting with people, right? And sure, in the beginning, it might be very like unscalable process, but the magic actually happens in the DMs, like the direct messages. Like in the last 2 years, I've closed over $300,000 US through DMs alone. No sales calls, no nothing. Just chatting on the phone, chatting on the computer, and just having conversations with people and helping them solve problems, right? So if I can do it, you can do it too. So the second step that I will do today with the knowledge that I have today is I would use ChatGPT specifically to help me write authority content. So I'm not asking it to help me with, let's say, how-to content, because everyone under the sun can write how-to content, right? Now, what I'm trying to do is what we call authority content. So it's content that has an element of education in there, but the heavy part also in like specific insights, like personal insights, client insights, like things only I can say. But at the same time, there are also things that only you can say based on the things you've done, the results you've gotten, the interests you have in life, etc., right? Because you and I, we can create the same post, let's say about, very generic like example, like how to, let's say, get financing to buy real estate, right? If I'm not an expert, I can use ChatGPT to write a very educational piece of content on that, and I can post that. However, if I'm not in the space, if I'm not in the industry, then I lack specificity, right? Let's say you are an expert in that field. You can still write that post on the educational part, but you can infuse like anecdotes, insights, like specific details that only you know. And that's the unique sauce that makes your post your post. So the goal with creating content using ChatGPT is, yes, we use it for the heavy leverage. Like we don't want to like start from scratch, but at the same time, you want to create content that only you can say. because that's what makes it apart, right? The goal is not anymore to like put out more content. Like I said, back in the days, if you put out more content, you would most likely win. But now in the day and age where most content creation is just like it's super simple, like everyone can create content with AI. It's about the specificity, the personal details, like the one of a kind messaging, right? The things that only you can say, right? So that's number two. The second or the third thing that I would do straight away is I would optimize my LinkedIn profile. And I wouldn't go like to extreme lengths to this. I keep it very simple. Like, who do I help? What do I help them with? And how do I help them, right? So let's say in my case, like I help coaches and consultants. The problem I solve for them is I help them sign more clients through LinkedIn. And how is through the Authority Figures program that we run. Very simple. Like, sure, there are more details to that, but that's in one sentence what I do, who do I help, and how I do it, right? So if you're watching this video and you're in the process of like, okay, I need to quote unquote optimize my profile, I need to do all these things, blah, blah, blah. No. Who do you help? What do you help them with? How do you do it? Keep it super simple. And then it's like a few technical parts, like you want to optimize your banner, like the real estate that you see on top of your LinkedIn profile. You want to make sure that your headline is aligned. You want to have some things in your featured section. If you're just starting out, usually like a Calendly link or like a link to a website where people can book a call is super simple. And an about section where you basically tell a little bit about who you help, what you help them with, and the problem you solve. So again, you don't have to go super complicated with that, but you can keep it very simple. Step number 4 from the 5 steps that I would advise you to do, or what I would do myself if I would start over, is to create lead magnet posts. Like from all the posts that we've tested in the last 6 months, these has proven to be the most effective like format to start high quality conversation and generate high quality leads. So what is a lead magnet post? So a lead magnet post is where you basically pitch something, but you give it away to the audience. So let's say I have one of my lead magnets that performs very well is like a Notion file with 40 viral posts, and I turn them into templates. So I give this away to my audience. I'm like, hey guys, I created this swipe file with 40 viral posts turned into 40 viral templates. Do you want to have this? Comment viral below and I send it to you. So I've done this many times on LinkedIn, and usually these posts gets me like between 500 to 1500 comments, which is insane. It's like 500 to 1500 potential leads, because these are all people that are like, hey, I am interested in what you have to say, send me more. So I have started conversations with all these people. So these posts have literally generated us like multiple 5 figures just from a post alone. So this is how simple and effective these posts can be. What I will do as well is I will put in the comment section under this video, I have a few very practical videos on how to create these lead magnet posts. I often refer to them as like ATM posts, because you can literally like generate leads and revenue at your disposal the moment you understand how to do that. So if you're interested in that, make sure to watch it after this video, but I drop it in the comment section below. So usually that's very helpful. And then the last but not least, the simple thing here in terms of like making sure that the things you do on LinkedIn like result in revenue and not just keeping you broke and busy, because that's how most people do, is to focus on consistency. I know it's a very unsexy topic, but if you zoom out on LinkedIn, there are only 3 things you actually need to do every single day to get results. You need to post, I wouldn't say every day, but if you post 3 to 5 times a week, you're in a very good position. At the same time, you want to send messages and send connection requests to new people. So whatever the people is you want to target and the people that you want to like add to your network, you want to do that every day. So add these people like consistently to your network and make sure you follow up and send messages to these people. So it's very simple. It's like content, reaching out, messaging. That's it. Like, do not overcomplicate it. Like, that's one of the things that I've seen happening so often is like people are overcomplicating LinkedIn. They're like, okay, I need to spend all this money and all this energy on like a professional designer to help me with my profile, or I need to set up these automations, or I need to build a 6 month content strategy. Trust me, I've been there, but that's not the stuff that brings in the money. It's the bare and bones. It's the daily executions. That's what works. Plus, like take it from me, like a post, like a lead magnet post is, I do that every week, but it gets me more leads than we can actually handle. Because whenever a post blows up, whenever one of those lead magnet posts goes viral, I have 600 people to reach out to. Well, that's more than enough work to do, right? But at the same time, I was just keeping posting content to stay top of mind, right? So all these things that like might overwhelm you at this point. It depends on where in the where in the LinkedIn journey you are. But if you need any help with all of this, like happy to have a chat. Make sure to hit the link in the description, because that takes you to a page with a video where I explain who do I help, what do I help them with, and how does it work. And if you're interested on that page, make sure to book a call with myself, and then we can just chat about how this system can work for your business and how you can transform LinkedIn in your #1 marketing and sales channel. But yeah, this is basically it, guys. It's very simple. It's a content, reaching out to people, and messaging. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.